Hey everybody, in today's video I will be putting together this gorilla cart. This is a 7 cubic foot one with flat free tires, and I got this thing on Amazon. I've got my little helper here helping me unbox this thing. And as you can see, the box is very wet. It got delivered yesterday and then it got poured on last night before I could put it together today. So we'll see how it is when I open it up. This thing says simple assembly, but we've all heard that before. I know I heard it on the windmill, which was the first video I did of this style showing how to put something together. And I've just been in awe at the kind comments people are leaving on that video. I read every comment and it really makes my day. So I want to make more how to put things together videos. But back to the gorilla cart we'll be building today. I got the box open and luckily it is dry inside. This cardboard is pretty tough, I guess, because that was very soaked on the outside and I would have been in a lot of trouble if these directions had gotten wet. It was just a piece of paper sitting there. But I already like this cart and the assembly process because they have all of the hardware split up into the steps with the shrink wrap. So that is awesome. I wish that everything came like this. So you know you're grabbing the right bolts for the right steps. Really great. The only thing confusing me is here where it says tool included and shows 2 wrenches. There are not any wrenches in the box, but I didn't expect there to be. That note just kind of confused me. Everything is packed really well in here though. Things are zip tied into place and they have cardboard where parts might rub together. The first piece that I unpacked from the box was this handle that's the spring-loaded handle to dump the cart, and I'm already liking that this thing came pre-assembled with the pins and springs already in there because it really reminds me of the handles on my decked drawer system that I built for my truck, and that was probably the hardest part of that build was getting these pins and springs and everything in. So that's super cool that they've gone ahead and done that tedious work for us with this. But then I just proceeded with unpacking the rest of the box, getting all of the shipping materials removed so that I could get ready to build this thing. With everything unpacked and laid out, it's time to proceed with step one of the build. Step one seems pretty self-explanatory. We're going to take this H-shaped bracket and bolt it to the bottom of the tub. There's only 4 screw holes that this thing lines up with. You can see them there. But to attach it, most of the bolts that came with the cart are these cool bolts that have a big square head on one side that will sit flush with the bottom of the cart. I think that's really nice because it will keep a flat bottom to the cart, but also when we tighten these things up, we won't have to hold a wrench on both sides because that head kind of nests into the bottom of the cart. It will hold the bolt while we put the nut and washer on the back. So I put all 4 of them through the cart from the top side, and then the bracket lined up perfect on this thing. After I placed the bracket, I put a washer on all 4 bolts, followed by the nylon lock nuts that came with it, just doing them finger tight at first before coming back with my ratchet and tightening up all 4. One thing about the instructions is I did not see a torque spec for any of the bolts in this build, so I'm just doing them all about hand tight. With that bracket firmly bolted on, I then reoriented the tub with the bracket to match the orientation shown in these 3D views in the instructions. I find that really helps me. Now it's time to bolt on this front assembly. It only goes on with 2 bolts because it's the pivot point. So they're going to go with these plastic bushings between that bracket and the one that we bolted firmly to the cart. So these bushings, I hoped they would kind of snap into these holes, but they're a little small, it seems like, so it's hard to get them to stay in there on their own. What I ended up doing was I went ahead and got the larger assembly, placed it on top of the cart, and lined up the holes. And then I was able to kind of secure those bushings between the 2 pieces of metal where they'll go. That helped me hold them into place until I could thread in the bolt from the outside. The bolts go in from the outside. They first go through the new metal assembly we're adding, then the bushing, then the bracket that we already bolted to the cart, before we add a washer to them, and finally another one of those nylon lock nuts. This is one of the few places on this cart where both heads of the bolt are exposed, so we need 2 13mm wrenches to tighten them up. I used a 13mm box wrench to hold the head of the bolt, and then my 13mm socket to tighten it up. Again, there was no torque spec in the instructions for these bolts, but I know this is the pivot point for the cart, so I assume you don't want to tighten these ones terribly tight, otherwise it might be hard to pivot when you go to dump it. So I just did kind of a gentle hand tight here. Now it's time to add the back axle assembly to our cart. This one uses the remaining 4 holes in the bottom of the cart. They're laid out right here. And it uses the cool bolts with the flat heads again. The only thing is, 2 of them are very long bolts and 2 of them are short bolts. The long bolts go here near the back edge because they have to reach all the way through this piece of square tubing, while the short bolts go more towards the middle of the cart because the only thing they have to reach through is this flat pressed tube here that's kind of a brace. And since these bolts go in from the top of the cart, here's how that looks. Again, the 2 longer bolts go in towards the back edge of the cart, or the up direction in this view. And then the 2 shorter bolts, I'm going to go ahead and put in to the other 2 holes that are a little bit more outside and towards the middle of the cart so that we can get those braces on. Then with the cart flipped back over, I was easily able to add that rear axle assembly with a washer and a nut on each of the bolts. Just a few parts remaining, and I wanted to mention that these black caps that come on the axles are just protective for shipping, so we can go ahead and pull those off before adding the wheels. The wheels have this kind of cylinder that you can see on one side of the hub, but not the other. The longer portion of that cylinder goes in when you're inserting the wheel onto the axle of the cart. So knowing that, it's easy enough to just slide the wheels onto the axles, and then they're each just held on by one of these washers and a pin that you slide through the hole in the axle. If this video is helping you guys out building your own cart, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That really helps me grow my page and allows me to make more videos like this. So with the wheels on, we can officially flip this thing over for the final 2 steps, or attempt to at least. This thing is kind of like a transformer with that joint in the middle. So enjoy a laugh on my behalf as I'm attempting to wrangle this thing and flip it over. And when you flip yours over, maybe go side to side to avoid being embarrassed like I was. Now it's time to bolt that latch slash handle assembly on here. And this one's cool because it has these nice recesses for the nuts in the latch. So again, we'll only need 1 wrench for tightening this thing up. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put all 4 nuts into the latch, and then I'll come at it from the inside of the cart with my bolt and washer on the bolt. So do this by 4 times. I'm going to hand tighten it up before going back with my socket inside the cart to put the final torque onto those bolts. And now all that's left is to attach the handle to this thing. I've got my assistant up in there doing a quality inspection on all the bolts we've done so far. Hopefully I passed that. But for this handle, we only have 1 bolt left in our spare parts, so we should be good to go. And the bolt that's left is this cool carriage bolt with a square head under kind of the rounded off head. You'll see that the openings there on the cart are square. So again, this should hold it and keep it from spinning while we tighten up the nut on the other side, and we only need 1 wrench. So I've threaded it through the coupling on the cart, then I add my washer and the final nut to this assembly. I'll give it a few turns with the wrench, and then we have a completed Gorilla Cart. So again, I hope this was really helpful if you guys were trying to assemble your own or thinking about buying one and intimidated by the assembly. My kind of random how-to videos like this can tend to perform really well on search and attract a different audience than my normal subscribers. So if you're finding my page through this video, please consider subscribing. It would mean a lot. And if you want to keep up with the garden, I try to have a lot of fun with it. The first heavy thing that I put in this cart, though, was all of this rainwater. It stormed like crazy as soon as I'd finished it. So this seemed to be like several hundred pounds of rainwater. But this cart took it like a champ, rolled great. I can't wait to use it on more projects in the garden and around my house. Thank you guys so much for watching this one, and I'll see you on the next one.